What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Deauville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oleksander Usyk. Get this. Oleksander Usyk had this to say concerning Jake Paul. He said, "Good plan at Jake Paul, but I'm not here for 5th place. Only first. Soon I'll close the book on boxing, and after that, I'll be waiting for you in the cage. Let's see if you got the balls or just a hunger for hype." Those are the words of Oleksander Usyk, and let me counterpunch. I think we get to see how popular the UFC still is. You have to keep in mind that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which is one of the biggest superstars global, is coming out with a UFC movie, which is starring Oleksander Usyk. And him knowing what he knows, Usyk knows how to do many things, just like Terrence Crawford, to be fair, with the wrestling background and things like that. Well, Oleksander Usyk has also a martial arts background. That's why I think he accepted the part. Now, we get to see how big Usyk versus Paul is. Paul is already big in the States. And if it's on Netflix, it's going to be big anyway, worldwide. But I think the biggest market to penetrate is the USA market because of the UFC backing. And a lot of people are saying that UFC is not where it was or not where it used to be. But I think it's still very popular. But we get to check that out. We get to test that out once those guys get in the ring, because Usyk, of course, he's letting you know he's not going to be around forever. I think next year will be his last year of fighting. He has 2 more fights and then he's out. But it doesn't mean that he's going to be inactive. He's just not going to be active in boxing. So if he wants to take on Jake Paul, it would have to be off the platform of boxing, which I have no problem with, because the whole idea is keeping boxing, and not some mix and match crap. Okay, so we don't need any of that. We need someone like Usyk that wants to stay Usyk, just like Floyd did. Floyd did that with Conor McGregor, bringing him to the boxing forefront. Well, guess what? One of the best boxers on the planet is going to another platform, right, to take on Jake Paul. So we'll see what Jake Paul is able to do, if he's even willing to take on the challenge, because I wasn't aware that Jake Paul had any kind of background in jiu-jitsu or wrestling or any kind of grappling or anything. So I don't know if he'll take it, but the offer still stands from Oleksander Usyk. It still stands. So I think, if Jake Paul wants to tangle ass with Oleksander Usyk, I think he needs to take this opportunity when the opportunity presents itself. And at the same time, he's calling him 5th place. You're not the first. And I like that as well. That means I'm not going to waste time with you on the boxing platform. Okay, I'm not going to waste this type of time with you. Because I am the creme de la creme here. I am the heavyweight undisputed champion of the world here. So no, you're not going to get a shot here. But I will give you a shot somewhere else. But you guys tell me what you think of Oleksander Usyk offering Jake Paul a shot at supremacy, but in the UFC cage. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!